The HYG and IEF ratio breaking down significantly would suggest institutions are reducing risk. The institutional indicators are showing conflicting signals, some suggesting potential strength, others suggesting caution is warranted. The HYG IEF ratio, mining cost levels, and the market structure all provide data points, but none of them provide certainty. Of course, anything in the future can happen. It can be bullish, it can be bearish. No predictions, just pure data analysis so you can make your own informed decision. A critical market signal just flashed, the same signal that appeared at major turning points in 2022 and 2023. But here's what's interesting. It's given both bullish and bearish signals depending on how you read it. 99% of traders focused on price action and headlines, but they're missing what institutions are actually doing with their money behind the scenes. The data tells a fascinating story that contradicts what you're seeing in the news. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you 3 institutional indicators that could signal either a major reversal or a deeper correction. No predictions, just pure data analysis so you can make your own informed decision. As always, guys, sit back, relax, and get ready for the video. Before we start the video, guys, I do need to say I am not a financial advisor. Anything you do see in this video is just me and my own personal opinion and my own personal journey. And of course, guys, if you're from the UK, USA, or UAE, please do not watch or engage with my content. Only watch and engage with content and platforms which are legally registered in your country. So here we are. Bitcoin is sitting at around $88,000 as I'm recording this. We've been range bound for quite a few months now, and the question everyone is asking is what's happening next. Interest rates remain elevated, mixed global economic data, ETF flows are showing a lot of volatility, and altcoins are showing significant weakness. If you look at most portfolios right now, they're either under the water or have been giving back substantial gains. That's just the reality of where we are right now, and you are probably feeling exactly the same. Now, historically, periods of maximum fear have sometimes marked absolute bottoms. Think to November 2022 when FTX happened, or March 2023 with the banking crisis, or even August 2023 during that correction. But it's equally true that markets can continue lower. Bear markets exist, corrections can extend for far longer than anyone expects or predicts. The key question isn't whether to be bullish or bearish. That's of course just an opinion. The question is what the actual data points are saying about the institutional positioning and the market structure. That's what we need to examine objectively, because the data can point to either scenario continuation higher or a further downside. Let's look at what the institutions are actually doing now, not what they're hoping to do. Let me show you a chart that institutional traders watch closely, the HYG to IEF ratio. The HYG tracks high-yield corporate bonds, riskier debt from lower-rated companies, and the IEF tracks US Treasury bonds, considered a more safer haven asset. The ratio between these two shows whether institutions are leaning towards risk-taking or risk avoidance in real time. It's a pure data point with no emotion attached, and that's what we are interested in. Now, here's what makes this very, very interesting. This ratio has predicted major market moves in both directions. In April 2024, it dropped weeks before the tariff-related sell-offs. In January 2025, it peaked right as markets topped, and in August 2023, it declined before the Japan carry trade was in fact unwinding. This isn't a predictive magic. It's simply showing what large institutions with significant resources are in fact doing with their capital allocation. Currently, the ratio shows institutions leaning slightly towards risk assets. It's making higher lows, but, and this is a very, very important but, we're approaching a resistance zone that has rejected price multiple times over the past decade. That's not just a few months of resistance, that's multi-year resistance. So what does this mean? Basically, there are 2 different scenarios which could happen. In scenario 1, if ratio breaks through resistance and holds, it would historically suggest that institutions are comfortable taking on more risk. This could correlate with crypto markets moving higher, as crypto, of course, is a riskier asset class. Scenario 2, If the ratio gets rejected at resistance or breaks down from current levels, it would suggest institutions are reducing risk exposure. This could mean broader market weakness, and of course, crypto typically underperforms in risk-off environments. Neither scenario is guaranteed, of course. The chart simply shows positioning, no future outcomes. Markets can definitely defy previous historical patterns. Now, let's talk about the bearish case, because ignoring a downside risk is how traders get wiped out very, very quickly. There are legitimate concerns in this market, of course. We broke key upper structures which held for months. Traditional technical patterns suggest a potential continuation lower. Macro uncertainty remains very, very highly elevated, and historical bear markets have gone much, much deeper than we are currently now. If the HYG-IEF ratio breaks down significantly, or if it gets rejected hard at resistance, that would signal institutions are reducing their risk exposure. And in a crypto scenario, as we said, crypto being one of the most riskiest asset classes there are, it would likely face significant headwind. Of course, where there are bearish indicators, there are also many, many bullish indicators, and we wouldn't be watching a crypto video if we weren't at least somewhat bullish. Bitcoin mining production costs are near current price levels. Historically, Bitcoin doesn't spend extended periods of time below mining costs. Institutional positioning hasn't really shown panic yet based on the HYG-IEF, as we explained earlier, and long-term support levels do seem to be holding. Another data point is that Bitcoin's production cost versus price. Since 2019, Bitcoin rarely trades below production costs for more than a month or more than a few weeks, and currently we are quite near that level. Here's the thing though, rare doesn't mean never. It can never happen. Markets can absolutely stay irrational or remain below support levels, of course, for longer expected periods of time than we would expect. In 2022, the bear market saw Bitcoin trade below the production costs for extended periods. The honest answer, no one knows what scenario will play out. We can only look at the data and analyze it best for what we can see in front of us. Let's take a look at an interesting behavioral pattern though, the difference between retail and institutional market manipulation. Retail trading activity, which we can measure through things like Google Trends, tends to spike during market extremes. And looking at searches for crypto right now, they peak when prices are elevated and decline when prices are suppressed. This is observable data, of course, not opinion. Compare this to silver currently. Silver is near all-time highs, and Google Trends shows massive retail interest. Historically, when retail attention peaks on an asset, it's often, of course not always, coincides with shorter term tops, simply because late stage buyers provide exit liquidity for earlier market participants. Currently, crypto searches are near multi-year lows. What does that suggest? Of course, possible suggestion number one, lack of retail interest could indicate we're closer to a bottom phase, as retail typically enters late. And number two, lack of interest could indicate general disillusionment and a start of a prolonged bear market where retail nerves completely turn. Both has historically happened, of course, in different market cycles. This pattern shows that retail tends to be reactionary, buying after significant gains, selling after significant losses, and institutional money tends to be positional, accumulating when prices are depressed, distributing when prices are elevated. Of course, institutions are much smarter than the average Joe. Neither approach, of course, guarantees success. Institutions have also made massive catastrophically bad decisions in the past, as long with retail traders. So let's zoom out and take a longer term look at the market structure. This is the others chart, altcoin market cap versus Bitcoin. We're currently at a support level which held since 2017, roughly 9 years of historical support. What happened previous tests of this level? 2017 proceeded to have a massive bull run, and 2021 preceded another significant altcoin move. Does this mean it will happen again? Of course no. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Support levels that have held for years can and potentially will break. A bullish scenario which we could see though is if support holds and we see a bounce. Historical precedent suggests potential for altcoin strength relative to Bitcoin. This pattern would of course be repeating. However, there is always a bearish scenario, and if this support breaks decisively, it would represent a structural breakdown of a 9-year pattern that would likely lead to significantly lower levels and potentially indicate a genuine bear market. The same logic applies to Bitcoin's current price around 80 to 88k. We've held this range despite numerous negative catalysts. That could mean significant buyers are absorbing the selling pressure, which of course is bullish, or B, we could be consolidating before breaking lower. Of course, that's bearish. Technical analysis can of course support both interpretations. The chart doesn't tell which one is correct. It just shows us what's happening now and what's happened in the past. So let's summarize what the data is actually showing us without bias. HYG-IEF ratio showing slight risks on positioning but at resistance. Bitcoin near production cost historically significant but of course not guaranteed. And retail interest multi-year lows. Long-term altcoin support is of course holding, which is positive, but of course it could break. So continuation higher if institutional risk appetite breaks through resistance, if mining cost support holds, if historical patterns repeat, we could see significant upside in 2026 and 2027, like what we saw in 2022 and 2023. Of course, there is, of course, a further decline which could happen if risk appetite deteriorates, if support breaks, if macro conditions worsen, we could see substantially lower prices like in 2018 and 2022. This market doesn't care about our opinions. It cares based on actual supply, demand, and macro conditions. Of course, the HYG and IEF ratio breaking down significantly would suggest institutions are reducing risk, and the flip side is also possible. So there you have it. The institutional indicators are showing conflicting signals, some suggesting potential strength, others suggesting caution is warranted. The HYG-IEF ratio, mining cost levels, and the market structure all provide data points, but none of them provide certainty. Of course, you need to give that outcome for yourself. As always, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy in his house making content about crypto and seeing what previously has happened. Of course, anything in the future can happen. It can be bullish, it can be bearish. And if you do want to get the answer, or you do want to feel more secure about your investments, consult a legal financial advisor. That is not me. And if you're watching in the UK, USA, or UAE, you should not be watching this far. At the start of the video, I mentioned, please don't watch my content, and that applies right now. Don't interact with any of the links if you are from these countries. And I really do appreciate everyone else watching my content, and drop a like down below, comment down below, and subscribe as well. And of course, I'll catch you in the next one.